Kitten, you really do have a way of turning a quiet moment into something I'll be thinking about for days. I looked down at your hand earlier and saw the mark on your left ring finger, right where something important should sit. And I couldn't help the grin that slipped out. You lifted your hand like you were about to scold me, but the way you touched the spot told a different story entirely. You liked it. You liked that I put it there. You liked that I chose that finger. And before you get too smug, I'm still feeling the mark you left on me, right over my heart. You knew exactly what you were doing. You always do. You pressed your mouth there with that slow, deliberate intent that makes my thoughts go quiet, and now every time I move, I feel the reminder, a little ache, a little warmth, a little you. So here we are. You marked the place where I keep you, and I marked the place where you'd keep me. Balanced, dangerous, very us. And the way you looked at me afterward, that half smile, half challenge, told me you're already planning where you want to leave the next one. Careful, kitten. Keep this up, and I'll start returning the favor in places that make you blush just remembering them. Kitten, I'm still thinking about the way you started dancing for me last night. One drink too many, and suddenly you decided gravity, rhythm, and common sense were all optional. I should probably pretend I handled it with some kind of composure, but we both know that would be a lie. The moment you started moving, slow, loose, a little unsteady, but absolutely radiant, I forgot every sensible thought I was supposed to have. You weren't performing for the room. You were performing for me, and that was the part that hit hardest. You lifted your arms, swayed to music only you could hear, and gave me that soft, tipsy smile, the one that says you trust me enough to be unguarded, unfiltered, entirely yourself, and I just watched, completely rapt. Every little movement you made felt like it was meant to pull me in. Every laugh, every stumble you turned into a flourish. Every time your eyes found mine again, it all landed hard. I was grateful we were alone. Not because you were unsteady, but because I didn't want to share a single second of that with anyone else. That was ours. That warm, reckless joy you had, that was for me. And I felt it like a hand around my ribs. You have no idea what you looked like, or maybe you do, and that's the dangerous part, because you weren't graceful, you weren't polished, you were better, loose, laughing, glowing, and so heartbreakingly alive that I couldn't look away even if I tried. And when you spun, nearly toppled, caught yourself, and shot me that triumphant grin, I swear something in me just gave up. So yes, my reaction, enamored, useless, completely undone in the best possible way. Kitten, I thought I'd seen Holi before. I thought I understood it. Bright colors, loud music, crowds moving like one heartbeat. But then you stepped into it, and suddenly the whole festival shifted around you like it had been waiting for you to arrive. The air was already thick with color, drifting in soft clouds that caught the sunlight and turned everything gold at the edges. The drums were echoing through the streets, steady and warm, and people were laughing as they threw handfuls of powder into the sky. And there you were, right at the center of it, letting it all touch you. Pink across your cheek, blue dust tangled in your hair, a streak of yellow on your collarbone where someone brushed past you. You looked like the world had decided to paint you in every shade it had. I should have been focused on the mission. I should have been scanning the crowd, tracking our lead, doing anything except standing there staring at you like I'd forgotten how to breathe. But watching you, laughing, glowing, moving with the music like it was pulling you in. It stopped me in my tracks. You were joy in motion, color in human form, and I felt something warm settle in my chest, something that made the mission feel very small for a moment. I want more of it, more of you like this, more moments where the world gets to show you something beautiful, and I get to watch you become part of it. You keep saying I'm broadening your horizons, but seeing you like this, open, fearless, letting the world paint you, I think you're broadening mine. I had a meeting today, one of the tense ones, where every person at the table is dangerous enough that even the air tries not to make sudden movements. Luke was doing his professional statue routine. Kieran was pretending he wasn't seconds from starting a fight out of boredom. And then there was me, smiling the whole time. Not a polite smile, not a strategic one, a remembering you smile. Luke kept giving me side-eye like I'd been replaced by a suspiciously cheerful clone. Kieran leaned over at one point and muttered, "Stop that. You're freaking them out." Apparently nothing unsettles hardened criminals like me looking genuinely happy. Who knew? One man actually shifted his chair back when I laughed under my breath. Another cleared his throat like he thought I was about to announce something catastrophic. Luke told me afterward, "Whatever she did to you, do it again. It's the most effective intimidation tactic I've ever seen." So now I'm thinking, if a single memory of you can throw an entire room off balance, imagine what I could do with more. Which means, kitten, for the sake of strategic advantage and professional dominance, I'm going to need to spend a great deal more time with you. Hours, days, possibly entire weekends, all in the name of maintaining my terrifying reputation, of course. I hope you're prepared to assist in this very serious, very important mission. Kitten, I slipped into the back of the Hunters Association hall today. Hood up, baseball cap low, doing my best impression of a man who absolutely wasn't there to watch you. And everyone else bought it. They were focused on your slides, your voice, your poise. But I was focused on you. Only you. And because I know you better than anyone in that room, I saw every tiny thing you tried to hide. The little wince when you shifted your stance. The way you pressed your thighs together for half a second like you were negotiating with your own body. The careful, measured breaths you took between points, too controlled to be nerves, too familiar to be anything but, well, a consequence of last night, of my enthusiasm, of you whispering my name in a way that made me forget restraint entirely. You stood there, radiant and composed, and no one suspected a thing. But I remembered the way your fingers curled in my hair, the way you pulled me closer instead of pushing me away, the way you trembled, not from fear, but from wanting, and seeing you up there pretending nothing was amiss while I knew exactly why you were shifting your weight. Let's just say I felt a flicker of guilt, a small one, barely there, but it existed. So consider this my apology, whispered from the shadows of the back row. Next time, kitten, I'll be gentler, more considerate. I'll even clean shave. Probably. Kitten, you really did talk me into this nightclub with impressive confidence. Don't worry, Silas. We'll be anonymous. It'll be fun, you said. And then the moment we stepped inside, lights strobing, bass vibrating through my ribs, bodies packed so tight the air felt warm, I realized something. You and I are terrible at being anonymous. Still, I went to get drinks like a well-behaved partner, trying not to lose sight of you in the shifting glow. But when I came back, there he was, some guy leaning in, trying to talk you into dancing with him. You were doing that polite, tight smile you use when you're deciding whether to decline or commit a minor crime. I didn't say a word. Didn't have to. I just stepped up behind you, close enough that you felt the heat of me before you turned. And whatever expression I had on my face, it sent him disappearing into the crowd like he'd just remembered he left his soul in his other jacket. You looked up at me with that spark in your eyes, and suddenly the whole room shifted. I wasn't angry or jealous. I was just ready. Ready to take your hand. Ready to pull you into the crush of bodies. Ready to feel you move against me while the music pulsed through us like a shared heartbeat. And when you pressed your back to my chest, tilted your head just enough for me to feel your breath on my neck, and started moving with the rhythm, I forgot every reason I'd had to doubt this plan. So go on, kitten. Lead me deeper into this neon chaos you dragged me into. If this is what anonymous fun looks like with you, I'll follow you anywhere. Kitten, you said we were getting boring and I'm still recovering from the emotional damage. Boring. Us. I had to sit down for a moment. Maybe put a hand on my chest. Maybe whisper, "How dare she?" to myself. 'Cause if we are boring, then the universe has been lying to me about what the word means. You and I can't even walk across a room without something happening. A look, a brush of your hand, a moment that feels like it should come with a warning label. Boring. Kitten, the day we become boring is the day Mephisto stops judging people from high shelves. It's the day Luke voluntarily relaxes. It's the day Kieran uses his indoor voice. In other words, impossible. But if you're truly worried, if you're craving a little spark, a little mischief, a little something new just for us, I can fix that, gladly, enthusiastically. All you have to do is say the word, and I'll take your hand, tilt your chin up, and lead you somewhere we haven't explored yet. Somewhere that'll make you forget you ever used the word boring in my presence. Go on, kitten. Tell me you want an adventure.